Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm really sorry if I look a little bit low on energy. I just had a very heated debate with two different religions, Muslims and a Jewish guy on my Patreon. If you haven't checked my Patreon, please do check it out. Uh, we have a lot of interesting conversations there. I don't keep the conversations because I just don't want to have that type of feed there, and it was very interesting, but it just, as somebody who's still learning, it kind of like makes you like, it's like a tug of war kind of, because you don't know where to put your feet or stamp your feet basically. And heaven was something that we had a very interesting conversation about, and I love this type of conversations with anyone in general, but having them with two different sides of the pole was very exhausting. So I was very interested when I saw this video was uploaded. It's called the secret blessing Allah will give you in Jannah. Oh, I said did I say that right? There's Jannah and Jahannam, right? See, I'm learning. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see what are the secret blessings. And how do we know these secret blessings? Is it written in the holy book? Would love to know this. I think this is like a seminar that they were having. I think it. I was watching it a little bit, so I'm really excited to watch it with you guys. And definitely let me know in the comment section down below. What are your views on heaven? I would love to read it. I would love to have that type of conversation. And if you haven't checked us out on Patreon, definitely do. And check us out on PayPal and join us on YouTube. That definitely helps support the channel. So let's check it out. Hey you guys, before we start this video, this is a quick ad to let you know how to support the channel. If you check in the description bar down below, there's a link to my Patreon where you become a Patreon and you can see all the perks that we have on Patreon. You can check us out on PayPal. When you donate through PayPal, you can leave a text or a link to whatever video you want, and that video is done immediately. And also, I just got accepted into getting the YouTube join button. So if you want to join us on YouTube as well, you can definitely do that. By doing these type of things, you actually help support the channel and keep the channel alive, and also help us from the enemy, which is copyright, especially in the type of videos that we do. Copyright is something that we get bombarded by a lot, so doing these type of things definitely does help. And also just subscribing as well is a big plus. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get back into the video.
Topic of the entire seminar and conference. The first topic really and truly summarizes for us what is our duty towards other people. Invite.
I love this. Oh my god, this video is already starting to go in a very nice direction. I love. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's continue.
Invite mankind.
And also, I don't remove the ads because the ad actually helps that channel make revenue, so I don't really skip the ads. So if this is annoying you, I'm doing this to support that channel.
Invite the world, invite the creation to Allah's paradise. This topic summarizes for us our motivation and our goal and our agenda. Our goal is to invite others. Whether they accept or not is up to Allah. Our goal is to invite them to the best and choicest rewards, and that is the reward of Jannah itself. But before we invite others to Jannah, we must know what Jannah is ourselves. We ourselves must be motivated. How can we tell other people to go to Jannah when we ourselves are not acting to go to Jannah? How can we invite others to the way of Allah when we ourselves are not traveling that path? And so in today's talk, I want to motivate myself and you. I want to motivate us to be on the path to Jannah. If we desire Jannah, we will want other people to desire Jannah. But if we ourselves don't want paradise, If we ourselves have not made paradise our goal, how can we expect others to be enthusiastic about the goal? So let us begin by defining this concept called paradise. And let me begin by defining the word in English, paradise. The English word
I love the atmosphere. I love that the images that they put on the video. It definitely does give it a vibe and definitely does convey a bit of the information that has been given. It makes you feel like this is what it would look like, even if that's not, we don't really know what it looks like. But I like that they're doing that. I wish there was a bit of ambience as well, like they was just giving you a bit of sound in the background. But it's still a really good video, and I'm really excited to see what he says because of the kind of the subtitle. It says the English word paradise, so I'm really excited to see what he's gonna talk about paradise. Let's continue.
paradise comes from a Latin word, which in turn comes from a Greek word, which in turn comes from an ancient word in a language that is not spoken by men anymore. The word paradise originally
Isn't it quite interesting that we've had, I don't know, maybe millions of languages that we no longer speak? For example, Anglo-Saxophone. Um, they don't even speak it, but I think there's a small little village in England that speaks the ancient language of the ancient English, and it's just so weird that the world has been through so many languages that we no longer speak. Languages constantly evolve. I think that's so interesting.
came from this ancient language as two words, Paira and days. And the original meaning in that language was, and listen to this, a wall that encloses gardens and greenery. Peira days is a wall that surrounds greenery and foliage. And from the word days in that original language, it was then taken by other languages, including Sanskrit. And from Sanskrit, it migrated to Hindi and Urdu. And so from days, we get desh, meaning homeland. And from the same language, it migrated to other languages, the Semitic tongues. And so paradise also migrated to Hebrew and to Aramaic and eventually to Arabic as well. And in Arabic, the Quran came down with the very same word paradise, Al-Firdaus. Firdaus, paradise. It's
El
the same
Firdos.
word. It's the same linguistic root. It was from a language that originally man spoke. As we all know, man originally spoke one language. And then
Really? I don't know much about languages, but I didn't know that. Well, I mean, I would assume, yeah. I mean, that was a stupid question to even say. Yeah, I would, yeah, that's 100% sure. I'm definitely sure that. But why did we? I guess when we separated into different tribes, we just, throughout the centuries, created our own different language to separate ourselves from each other after we separated from the main colony, I would assume. That's interesting. I should definitely learn about languages too. I think that's bringing so many interesting thoughts to my mind.
many other languages sprouted forth from that. So the English word paradise gives you the meaning of Jannat, gives you the meaning of gardens under which rivers flow, of fortresses and of palaces. This is embodied in the English term paradise. As for the descriptions of Jannah, the descriptions of paradise, they are too numerous to mention.
Before we continue, I just want to say a little something that I thought of a few days ago. I was talking to a friend and I was saying to myself, what is heaven? You know, what is it? And this video definitely does bring that question even more to my mind. Um, and I spoke about this on my Patreon as well, but I'm going to give a little snippet of it because I do have thoughts that I write down on Patreon as well. The first thing that I thought to myself is that what if in heaven I want to be with my father? But then my father doesn't want to be with me. He wants to be with his father. And then that father wants to be with his father. So what is heaven? Is heaven your personal place? Everyone has their own personal heaven. And then it just brings up so many questions because I find it so strange that well, then I could definitely say it's just like the earth, where my dad lives in one part of France and I live in another part, and I would obviously go and visit him every once in a while. But then what if, I don't know, it just brings up so many questions to my mind. I know I'm just rambling, but it brings up so many questions that I spoke about on my Patreon. If you guys want to check that out, definitely check the links in the description bar. But it's just, I don't know, it brings so many interesting conversations to my mind. Let's continue.
In one lecture. Many are the lectures that can be given describing Jannah as Allah mentions it in the Quran and upon the tongue of the Prophet.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This is the end of the video. Sadly, I can't really upload the whole entirety of it because it does get copyrighted. I will leave the original video in the description bar down below. Definitely 100% go check it out. This video brought up a lot of questions to my mind, and I really wish that I had a group of people to talk to about it from this religion, but sadly I don't. If you guys want to have a conversation with me, definitely check me out on Patreon. I would love to talk with you guys about this type of things. It's just, like I said, the questions that I was asking, if you even know the answer, what does heaven is to you? What do you think it is? Or, I mean, I know we can't think what it is because it's absolutely what it is written down. But I don't know. I don't know because it was written in such an. I don't know. It's just, this video brought up so many questions.